Я хочу вообще, в принципе, сказать, что единственное, чего сегодня реально боится Запад, это возможность использования российского тактического ядерного оружия. И в этой связи, безусловно, цена тех слов, которые были сказаны Владимиром Путиным, чрезвычайно велика, но, тем не менее, на Западе рассматривают и взвешивают, может ли Россия и при каких обстоятельствах использовать такой аргумент для того, чтобы избежать каких-либо сценариев, которые Москва посчитает для себя неприемлемыми. Запад должен понимать, что если какие-то виды оружия есть, то бывают обстоятельства, когда те или иные табу либо ограничения снимаются.
Они чего хотят? Они хотят победы над Россией. Ну, невозможно победа над Россией без ядерного взрыва. Просто это исключено ввиду того, что мы не допустим уничтожения своей страны. Будете уничтожать нас, будете уничтожены вместе с нами. Наши действия.
Освобождение.
Центры принятия решений?
Новые
В Киеве,
референдумы.
в Лондоне, в Вашингтоне. Где?
Такие решения...
Что предпринимать, чтобы не случилась ядерная война? Или это уже такая данность? Чуть похоже на то. Если они не остановятся, это станет реальностью. А какая цель коллективного Запада? Добиться победы Украины и поражения Российской Федерации. Поражение Российской Федерации до того момента, пока у Российской Федерации есть ядерное оружие, а у Российской Федерации есть ядерное оружие, невозможно. Загоните в угол. Будут уничтожены все. Этого они добиваются. Путин так четко сказал, так ясно. Мы не угрожаем. Мы не хотим войны. Мы же первые в ряду тех, кто хочет ее остановить. И ядерной зимы мы не хотим, и ядерной войны мы не хотим. Но если вы заявляете, что мы будем уничтожены, то нам придется уничтожить вас. И других вариантов не дано, как говорится, третьего. Почему они это не понимают? Почему они для себя не доведут эти логические рассуждения до конца? Вот конец России, вы к нему подошли. Какой он? Ну, только ядерный удар. Ладно, дай бог, там есть адекватные люди, хотя, честно говоря, я в последнее время прям сильно-сильно сомневаюсь.
So this is going to be a rant, not an analysis. So if that's not your gig, you might want to mosey on by. So in this clip, they say the only thing the West fears is Russia using tactical nuclear weapons. And largely they are correct, because if Russia didn't have nuclear weapons, we would be looking forward to Monster Jam 2022 in Moscow instead of the bullshit that is the USSR 2.0 that we have to put up with. But here's the reality. We aren't scared of you. We are just concerned about the global implications on humanity of using such weapons. I mean, we are the country that proclaimed, give me liberty or give me death, and we meant it. Make no mistake, the US will survive in some form. Russia will not. You know this because of our stoic calmness in this situation is unsettling to you. You are the ones that keep talking about being backed into a corner like scared fucking little chihuahuas. We watch your 5'0" president try to hide his constant spasms and shaking as he yips at the West about his nukes. Russians are so pathetic that the only thing they have is nuclear weapons, and that's because it is a country of impotent alcoholics, beggars, and thieves, and they run their military and their economy as such. These clown pundits say in one breath the West has to understand that if certain weapons exist, they'll essentially use them to meet their goals, those certain weapons being nuclear weapons. I thought Ukraine was Russia, so you're going to use them on your own territory? No. You use these words to aim it squarely at NATO, and yet you continue to pontificate about what does the West want in regard to Russia and Ukraine. Well, you know what the West wants, but you continue to lie in order for you guys to be able to escalate, because in reality, Russia wants more than just Ukraine. It wants to secure the entirety of the former Soviet bloc. And I can't fathom how the idiots who come on my feed commenting about how Russia's just responding to aggression, not one single NATO troop has ever set foot in Russia since the formation of NATO, period. And yet Russia continues to fucking invade every damn person that is a neighbor of them. So let me use small words to these Russian morons. We want Russia out of Ukraine, period. That's it. Do that and this ends. We have no aspirations to destroy Russia. What would we do with such a shithole wasteland? You say Russia couldn't be defeated without a nuclear explosion? No. NATO conventional forces would woodshed you pretty easily without nukes. You are the ones that need nukes. You couldn't beat the US, the UK, Poland, or hell, even Ukraine, it seems at this point, without nuclear weapons. But the reality is you and Russia develop your whole world around the West. That is your focus. You talk about it. You stew over us. You're like an angry 40-year-old meth dealer reliving your glory days on the high school football team, talking about that one play you had that was great and how you would have been somebody, all while getting angry at the world because the U.S. is actually the hot, popular one who was the star quarterback, but also went to Harvard, became rich and famous, hung out with all the cool people, and then married the hot Canadian girl. I've said this before, but I'll let you in on a secret. Americans don't give a fuck about you unless you do stupid shit like invade weak and poor European nations. And I bet Canadians, Brits, and French all feel the same way. Clearly, the ones that do have a concern about you are the ones that have to border you and have to deal with you on a daily basis, so if they have a good reason. We aren't trying to destroy you any more than I'm trying to destroy the asshole in traffic that keeps fucking everyone's commute up. I only notice him because of how much of a pain in the ass he is. That's what you are, a huge pain in the ass. These asshole pundits talk about what's next, striking decision-making centers in Kyiv, London, and Washington. The fuck out of here. Then they ask about what we should do to avoid nuclear war in the same breath. Do you hear how fucking stupid that sounds? Like, I don't want to fight the guy down the street minding his own business, but you know what? I might want to punch him in the face just in case. That's how you morons sound. Then, these pundits literally say that if the West doesn't stop, nuclear war will happen. Literally everything the West does is reacting to you, Russia. Then again, they ask, what is the collective goal of the West? Like I said before, they know, but they need to keep the American boogeyman at the forefront of the small Russian mind so the Kremlin can seem justified in what they're doing. I'll say it again. We don't care about Russia. We don't even drink your shit vodka anymore because we make our own, and it's better. Plus, the Baltics and Poland have better vodka too. Olga, the absolute twit of a host, says, push us into a corner and they'll destroy us. What fucking corner are you being pushed into? You're expanding. You're not being backed anywhere. You're moving forward. It's just as Ukraine is being successful against you. This is your own creation. And you're easily capable of escaping it by just being a decent country. Don't attack other countries and you won't be sanctioned. It's pretty fucking simple. Then these co-hosts have the audacity to quote their fuckwit leader by saying, we aren't threatening war, we don't want war. Then what the fuck are you doing in Ukraine? And I swear to God, if someone comes into the comments and is like, it's actually a special military operation, I'm just going to block you. Russia said they would be the first in line to stop a war. Then fucking stop it. Stop the war. You put your nukes on the bullshit elevated alert. You invaded a sovereign nation. You committed war crimes. No one forced you to do it. Your economy would be doing better than it is right now. Your population would have 50 to 80,000 more sons, fathers, and brothers right now rather than corpses. You'd be able to travel to Miami to avoid your shitty winters. But no, you did this. And now you fucked it up so badly that you have to say it's everyone else's fault. And now we have to use nukes while saying you don't want nuclear war. That's nonsense. Then maybe go a week without talking about nuclear weapons. Can you do that? Or are you so weak and pathetic that you have to lean on the one thing you have? And not exclusively, mind you. 8 other countries have them. They all close by asking why we in the West don't understand that if we declare that we will destroy Russia, they will have no choice but to destroy us. Well, Olga, maybe it's because we're all looking around at each other wondering who the fuck you think is declaring we need to destroy Russia. None of us are saying that. You're spinning bullshit to create a narrative just like Hitler did. Not one single NATO nation, not the US, not the UK, have declared the need to end Russia. But let's cut this shit. You mean the end of the Putin regime, which yes, we all fucking want. But then you close out by ironically hoping that we are sensible people. Well, thank God that us in the West are, because you all would fucking be dead by now. And so we aren't scared and we aren't going to back down. But I'm tired of being politically correct when it comes to the Russian population in Russia. They are a stupid people that overwhelmingly supports Putin and overwhelmingly supports what's going on in Ukraine. And they love this show. This is like their #1 show and they lap it up because they're fucking stupid. And some of you may say things like, well, not all of them are stupid. Well, the smart ones got out of there. And if they are smart enough to understand that in this internet age with VPNs and no excuse for understanding the real world around you, that they stick around, then they're cowards for not doing anything. But you know who is more stupid? Non-Russians that are supporting Russians in Western countries. Because what's your fucking excuse? Anyone who says the words NATO expansion or they're defending themselves from aggression is dumb as shit, as I've said previously. And I'm just preemptively telling you how stupid you are so that when it comes up in the comments, I don't have to waste my time to tell you directly.